hi Danish, how are you?
Hi, sir. I'm fine. How are you, sir?
Great. I am completely fine. Thanks for asking. Okay. So first of all, tell me something about yourself.
Sir, my name is Danish Khan, and I have completed my graduation from North Maharashtra University. And till then, I associated with pharmaceutical industries. And now I'm looking forward to chase my passion, that's academics. So I am here to apply for academics.
Okay, perfect. So do you have any experience in academics? Have you taught academics somewhere previously?
No, sir. As a professional, I didn't associate with any academic platform. But when I was studying in my college, I was taking lectures and seminars. So I have a little bit. I'm very familiar to that profession. But as a professional way, I didn't conduct any kind of lecture or associate any kind of startup.
Okay, but why do you think that Aakash Byju should hire you as a NEET faculty directly? Because you don't have any exposure, any experience. Because we want faculties who are experienced, who have great experience, great knowledge. So why do we consider you in this particular role?
So I should be considered because it's my passion. And because I think if your passion is become your profession, that will be more beneficial for you as well as your student. So, and I have a very smooth knowledge through about the biology. So I think that will be beneficial for students also. And that's the main motto of me, because if your profession, if your passion is become your profession, that's very fruitful, I think so.
Perfect. Okay. But are you sure you will be able to tackle NEET students? Because in NEET, we have a high level of education, high level of understanding. So are you sure you will be able to handle all those students?
Yes, sir, definitely. Because I have I have that belief that I can definitely do this, because Byjus is a very well-known platform of EdTech for NEET student, and they provide such an excellent way and excellent study material for their students. So if I go through the training and go through all the guidance which is provided by the Byjus, so definitely that will be very helpful for also me and also for a student. That's not so difficult for me, sir.
But make sure, if you are saying that you will be able to handle the students of NEET, then I will be asking today the questions which are from NEET background. So you should be able to answer all those questions. Okay. So if you are mentioning yourself, then definitely I'll be asking the question of NEET level. Then you should be able to manage things accordingly. Okay. So I'm sure you will do that.
I will try my best. Definitely, sir. Definitely.
Sure. Okay. Then we'll go ahead. Okay. So first of all, tell me, what do you know about Byjus?
Sir, Byjus is a well-known EdTech platform, which is a startup in 2011. And I would say it's a very revolutionary platform. And it turns all the history about the EdTech and all that. So it's started by Byjus Ravindram and his wife, Ms. Divya Gokulnath, in 2011 back. So since then, it's growing and developing and acquiring many other EdTech platforms. For example, if we talk about a platform, it's Toppers and Aakash. Aakash is also acquired. So many well-known platforms acquired by Byjus, and it's a very wonderful platform for students to learn online. And not only just they are teaching the online education, they are providing the study materials which are very effective and very point to the point. So that will be very beneficial for students to study within a short span of time. So it's provide quality education, and all the education like videos and theoreticals and books, all the education materials are provided at the one place. And is very effective.
Okay, perfect. So what do you know about the merger of Aakash and Byjus? When was it merged and why was it merged? Anything you know about this merger?
Sir, Aakash is basically associated with the students who are preparing themselves for NEET and JEE exam. So for that, Aakash is conducting all that, and Byjus acquire that because Byjus want to Byjus want to explore all these territory of the NEET, and they want to reach the NEET students and JEE students also. So at that time, Aakash is also well-known platform for the students. So it's merger. I don't know when it happened. I don't know the exact year when it happened, but that's a very incredible collaboration, I would say. Aakash
Okay,
and
perfect.
Aakash.
Okay, in that case, please tell me some features, some unique features of Byjus.
So some unique feature, I would say Byjus basically deals with the use of technology, like animated videos and all that. That's wonderfully performed by the Byjus, sir, I would say.
Okay,
Just only,
perfect.
they are not only just providing the theoretical subjects and all the materials, they believe in the use of technologies, because it's a modern way of visualization. So they make all the animated videos, so it will be very helpful and easy to understand and to understand concept in depth. And
Okay,
also they
perfect.
provide very qualitative education, sir. Very qualitative education they provide, and point knowledge they provide, sir. In a descriptive way, point wise.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, so Danish, next thing is we will have the live demo of any of the topic that you have prepared. So just you can go to your board and give me a live demo on that topic.
Sure, sir, definitely. I would like to give a demo on the circulatory system. So, hi everyone, this is Danish Khan, and today I am going to take lectures on human circulatory system. So, it's a basic introduction about human circulatory system. So, I made a very easy definition about the human circulatory system. It's a closed circulatory system in which our heart pumps the blood throughout the body via vascular network. Our heart is a pumping organ which pumps the blood throughout the body with the help of vascular network. So this is the very easy definition that I made for you about the human circulatory system. And in which there are three main components of human circulatory system, that is heart, blood vessels, and blood. So today we are going to see the basic introduction about these components. So human heart is a four chamber. If you talk about the human heart, is a four chamber, two auricles and two ventricles. So for your ease of understand, I would say this is the left side of heart and this is right side of heart, in which you can see all the impure blood, deoxygenated blood come into the right auricle, via superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, from the upper part of the body and lower part of the body. So in this, it get collected in right atrium or auricle, then it get transferred into right ventricle via tricuspid wall. This is the wall which is between auricles and ventricles of right side of heart. It's called tricuspid wall. So from the right auricle, the impure blood goes into the right ventricle by passing through this tricuspid wall, and after this, from the right ventricle, all the deoxygenated blood goes into the pulmonary arteries for its purification. When the impure blood goes into the pulmonary arteries, it provides the blood to the lungs, where the actual purification of blood takes place. In lungs, the impure blood gets converted into oxygenated blood. Then this oxygenated blood comes from lungs to this left auricle. You can see this is the left auricle here, where all the oxygenated blood comes and it gets pumped down into the left ventricle. You can see this is the left ventricle. The pure blood pumps down into left ventricle by crossing the bicuspid wall. You have to remember one thing. Here, these are tricuspid wall in the right side of the heart, and if you talk about the bicuspid wall, it's present in the left side of heart. From the left ventricle, it pumps up the oxygenated blood into the great aorta. Great aorta carries all the oxygenated blood to the body, and this is the one circulatory cycle which occurs in the blood. So,
okay, Danish, that will be all. That will be all. Thank you. Okay, you can just have your seat.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Danish, so demo was good. I'll give you some tips and tricks about demo at the feedback session, but now we will have next session of this interview. That will be live question answers. Okay, So I'll be asking you
Definitely.
question answers. Try to answer all the question correctly in the most appropriate manner as if you can. Okay. So my first question to you is, Amobia and Paramecium belongs to which category of organism?
Sir, Amebia and Paramecium belongs to eukaryotic cell of organism. These are the basic cellular structure. They contain the generally unicellular structure.
Unicellular structure.
Yes, sir. This is the prokaryotic organism.
Okay, perfect. So Danish, when we cut our nails or our hairs, why don't we experience any kind of pain?
So when we cut our nails and hair, because there is no sensory motor involved, sensation is involved, because they comes under the part of integumentary system, sir. So integumentary system involves the skin, hair and nails. So they don't contain any kind of nerve impulses. Basically, they are dead cells, I would say.
Okay,
so when we cut them, we don't feel any kind of pain or ache.
Okay. Explain binary fission and binary fusion.
Binary fission. Let me first talk about the binary fusion. I would say I didn't read about it, but I would say the binary fusion is the fusion of two unicellular organisms. They get fused and unite into one. And fusion, I would say the separation of the one cellular structure into the two. That is binary fission. It's basically the part of asexual kind of separation and division.
Okay, perfect. Explain reproduction.
So the reproduction system is a system in which the one organism produces same copy of like that, because there are two types, sexual or asexual production. Basically, in human, we follow sexual way of production, and we can see sexual and asexual production in plants also. So one organism produce same organism like this. It's basically a transfer of genes. Yes.
Transfer of genes. Okay, perfect. Okay. Explain the functioning of human heart. How the human heart works.
Sir, we can simplify human heart is work like a water pumping machine, sir, I would say. Same like that, water pumps blood from water pumping machine pumps water from one place to another place with the help of like pipes and cannons. Same like that way, our heart pumps the blood and circulated throughout the body. So it's the main function of heart, pumping of blood throughout the circulated system.
Okay, but heart also requires some kind of blood, because if he wants to pump something throughout the body, then he would be requiring something to get energy. So from where the blood comes to heart?
So blood, if you talk about the blood comes into two ways. If you talk about the impure blood, all the impure blood comes through the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, sir, from the upper part of the body and lower part of the body into the right atrium. And it goes in, then it pumps down into the right ventricle. Then from right ventricle, it pumps up into the pulmonary artery for its purification to the lungs. And from that, it gets purified and come into the left auricles. From left auricle, it comes down into left ventricle. And from left ventricle, it pumps into the great aorta, which circulates the body throughout the body. And the I would say, if you talk about vascular network, sir, arteries carries the impure blood, and arteries carries pure blood, and veins carries impure blood. And capillaries are the actual site of exchange of nutrients, proteins, gases. Capillaries are the actual site of exchange.
Okay. Why do we have different kind of blood groups?
Sir, we have different kinds of blood group because of the RH factors which are present on hemoglobin. Because hemoglobin is present in all the human, because red color is just because of the hemoglobin, red blood cell, and the RH factor which is present on them, just because of that we got the different kind of blood groups.
Okay, so which blood group is universal donor?
Sir, I would say blood group O. It's a universal donor.
Okay. Blood group O. Only O. O positive, negative, anything you want to mention?
O positive. O positive. O positive. Yeah. O positive.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay.
And AB negative is very rare.
AB negative is very rare. Okay. Why it is rare?
Because of, sir, the RH factor, antigen antibodies is not absent because of that, I would say.
Okay, perfect. So now explain me what are lysosomes.
So lysosomes are the, I would say they contain digestive enzymes, and they help. For example, in a cellular structure, there are many. I would say the unwanted particle or derivatives throughout the biochemical reaction they form. So they absorb them and they digest them. So they contain digestive enzymes. So basically, they work as a cleaner in a cellular structure, lysosome.
Okay. And there is one term used for this particular term, lysosomes. What are they?
I think suicide packer, suicide cell, they get burst.
Why?
They get
Why? Why?
Yes. Because sir, they get burst themselves just to, because they contain digestive enzymes, so they get burst and helps in the cleaning of the intercellular structure.
That's all.
And also they work in the defensive mechanism of body, sir, in the cellular structure.
Okay. Okay. Now, difference between meiosis and mitosis.
Sir, meiosis is a kind of cellular division in which you can say the haploid cell is chromosome is divided by half. It's meiosis in which the cellular chromosome it get divided by half. For example, we contain 46 of chromosome. They get divided and get form two daughter cells. Each of contain 23 of our chromatic cell. And if you talk about the mitotic cellular division, they form the like same daughter cells which contain the same number of chromosome. For example, our cell get divided. They contain 46 pair of 46 number of chromosome. They get divided and they form 46 in each daughter cell. And if you talk about the which cells form through meiosis and which cells form through mitosis, I would say the overall our body structure and overall the body cellular body is formed via mitosis. And our egg and sperm, these are the two cells which form through the meiosis division.
Only these two?
Meiosis. In human body, these two cells are formed via meiosis division, and other follows our cellular growth and structure. They follow mitotic division. Okay. They unite. They form zygote. Means two haploid unite to make one diploid. Cellular structure and ovum and ovary, they get unite. They are haploid cells. They get unite to form the diploid cell. Then they get divided and grow via the mitotic division cell.
Okay, perfect. Explain bacteriophage.
Bacteriophage. No, I didn't read about it, sir.
Go ahead, try at least from the word. If you can guess something, you can relate something, then go ahead, try. Take 1 minute time, think of it.
Bacteriophage. I think they are an organism which binds with the microorganism like bacteria, unicellular organism like bacteria, fungi, viruses, bacteriophage.
Not exactly correct. Not exactly correct. Okay, no issues, no worries, leave it. Okay, explain me immunoglobulins.
Immunoglobulins.
Yes.
So these are proteinous molecules which helps in the defective mechanism of our body, because overall our defensive mechanism based on immunoglobulin. They form a defensive structure, and they are of various types: immunoglobulin E, A, I. So their function and their responsibility varies from their types to types. So they come under the lymphatic system.
Okay. Explain the principle behind DNA fingerprinting.
DNA fingerprinting.
Yes.
I think it's related to DNA replication. The DNA get replicate and make the same stand to like that.
No. Elaborate a bit more about it. You're not going in the correct way.
Okay. DNA fingerprinting. I would say.
Have you heard this term prior? DNA fingerprinting.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah. All this term I heard. Even I read, but since the last time I lost the touch, so I just go through throughout this. Okay. DNA fingerprinting. I would say the stand formation, sir, because it.
Okay, leave DNA fingerprinting. We'll have some simple questions. Okay, tell me about tissues and its types.
So tissues, I would say group of cells, sir, because cells of same categories and specification, they form a tissue. Then tissues form muscles. So these are group of cells, tissues, and they can be divided, then can be categorized into 4 types, which is well known. For example, cuboidal tissues, because cube-like cellular structure, they get formed and make a tissue. Also, equamous tissue. These are like the flat tissues, which are cuboidal in shape, but they are very flat, not exact cube in nature. So they are equamous cells. And another one is columnar epithelium, columnar tissues. They are thin elongated cells. They get aggregate and form a columnar tissues. And another one is ciliated, because they show the hair-like structure at their upper tip. So it increases their surface area. And for example, where they present, so I would say the equamous epithelium cell, equamous tissue is present in heart. For example, cardiac muscles are the equamous epithelium, made up of equamous epithelium tissue. And if we talk about the cuboidal epithelium cell, cuboidal tissue, so our liver is made up of cuboidal tissue. And urinary tract or
that will be all. So that's okay. Okay, we'll have next question now. Tell me about gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria.
Gram-positive, gram-negative, because it's a separation technique in which they get separated by their
no, first of all, define what is gram-positive, what is gram-negative bacteria, and then we will have the functions.
Sir, these are the bacteria which we can divide by gram-positive. It's a stain basically, which is developed by a scientist named as Gram. So they develop a stain. So
no, what is positive, negative in it? Chalo, okay, name I got it. That's the scientist name. But what is positive, negative in it?
Sir, which gets the cell, the bacteria which get stained by cell is known as gram-positive bacteria, and which didn't get stained and remain colorless, which is known as the gram-negative bacteria.
Only this much? Any example you want to add? Anything you want to add in it?
Gram-positive bacteria, I would say. So right now I'm not getting the exact.
Okay. No worries. Explain me about forbidden clones.
The exact replication made. For example, a cell is get replicated into the same, which contains the chromatic number of chromosome, and the cellular specification. Cellular formation means the duplication, I would say in simple word. Cloning means duplication.
You are near about correct, but not exactly correct. You can be more accurate about this. Try. Okay, at least you try, not a problem. Okay. Explain biodiversity.
Biodiversity is, I would say, the organisms get diversified according to the external environment. They get affected by external environment, their habitat. So their gene get developed according to that environmental nature where they live, and it get transferred from genes to genes. So if so word is so large, we can see the same species of some different characterization and statics. So it get, because what has happened because of the their diverse nature and environment where they habitat and they live. So they mutate themselves, they adapt themselves according to that environment. So their overall the characteristic get changed according to the nature. And it gives then a differentiation between the same species of organism. Also not diverse.
That will be all. That will be all. We'll have next question now. Explain about xerophytes.
Xerophyte. I think related to something diseases and all that. I think defensive mechanism, I would say.
No. Okay. No worries. Okay. Explain binomial system.
Binomial system. Binomial system, if I'm not wrong, it's a binomial classification.
No. What classification? Elaborate a bit.
For example, binomial classification in which we classified organism according to their species and phylum, order, families, like that. It's a binomial nomenclature, I would say.
Nomenclature, yes. Go ahead. You're going in the right direction.
Binomial nomenclature.
More about this.
Yeah, so I would say, sir, binomial nomenclature is, this term is, and this overall the description is given by the Carl Linnaeus, I would say, in 17th century, I think 1751. Carl Linnaeus. He gives the basic criteria in which you can classify the organism according to their similarities and differences. So
not exactly correct, but okay. Okay, go ahead. At least you are trying your best. Go ahead.
So he given sir 10 parameters like domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, species, and genus. So according to that, you can keep them the organism according to their similarity and differences in same categories on different categories.
Okay. Okay. Explain me about nervous system of human body.
Nervous system, sir, is a very important system in human body. Basically, I would say it's really very important system which control all the human body, their action, function, and all the mechanism. So it's a base system, I would say, which control even other system.
How it works?
So it works on sensory nerves and motor nerves, because if you talk about the central nervous system, it get again, I would say, divided into the peripheral nervous system, autonomic nervous system. The nerves goes throughout the body, and there are two types of nerves: the sensory nerves and motor nerves. So sensory nerves sense all the information from external environment and the internal environment, one outside the body and inside the body. They give this information to our brain. Brain get analyze all this information, and it pass the order according to that situation and condition, whether it is react or run away or fight or flight. So it's a sensory motor. It's based on sensory nerves and motor nerves.
Okay, perfect. Explain pollination.
So pollination is a kind of production, sexual production, I would say, which is shown by the flowering plant, in which male segment is the stamen, which contain the anther and filament, which has pollen grain on its tip. So it gets carried by vectors. Vectors are like, I would say, flies, water, and even human. They carry it from one place to another place, where the another flowering plant which has pistil, ovary, which contains. So it goes down and it gets germinate the ovary. Okay. So it get then mature into a fruit, and the inner part, which is known as the ovule, is get converted and develop into the seed. Sir, pollination is of two types: cross pollination and same pollination, I would say, because if the flower contains the both male and female parts, and if get a pollination and fertilization on the same flower, it's known as the same pollination. And if you talk about the cross pollination, the filament, the pollen from one flower goes to the another flower, and it's a kind of pollination take place from one flower.
Okay, perfect. Okay, explain pigmentation.
Sorry, I'm not getting your point.
Explain pigmentation.
Sir, pigmentation, it's, I would say, color. It's a process, and the means color formation is known as pigmentation.
Color formation. What kind of color formation?
If you talk about the human body, melanin is melanin causes our body. Means if someone producing more level of melanin, the skin become darker, and if someone is producing less amount of melanin, skin become white and bright. So pigmentation is a phenomenon in which our body secretes the melanin pigment, which gives our body some kind of tone.
Cool, perfect. Okay. So Danish, what is your backup plan? If you don't get selected today, what backup plans do you have?
No, actually, sir, I decided, because only Byjus, I have to join Byjus only, because I think so. If you try your hard, no matter it's your 100% or not, just try, improve yourself. And I would say, I only chose Byjus about it right now, and not only now, only for after, so only Byjus. I want to join because it's my passion, and if become a passion, become a profession. And I have to work also. I will definitely work, because Byjus also provide guidance how to do, and they gives you some kind of finishing. So if I also go through that, I will definitely prove myself best. And even if you talk about another backup plan, so there is no backup plan, only Byjus.
Okay, perfect.